What's up guys, Gzus here, and today I'm going to be bringing you another Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Wi-Fi battle. I'm not dead. I know I haven't uploaded in like more than a week, but I was having some problems. I actually caught strep throat, and I wasn't able to record because I didn't have a voice, and also I was having a really hard time finding a good battle. It's so hard to find a good Wi-Fi battle, believe it or not. Either it was a complete stall fest, or I would just sweep them, or they would just sweep me, and it wasn't fun. And I'm trying to bring you guys some good content. But regardless, that's not important. Today our battle is going to be on here against Sonny. Pretty OU standard team he's got there. This is actually a rubber match. We were actually 1-1, and I needed to make sure to uphold my pride that I beat him again. So yeah, we went for another battle, and looking at his team right now, the most threatening things on his team that I can see here is going to be that Rotom. Rotom can spread burns around my physical attackers, which would be a giant problem considering that Rotom is a switch into both of my physical attackers. Espeon is definitely a giant problem as well, because Espeon can either set up screens or it can be a calm mindset. I don't know which one. And also Choice Scarf Landorus is massive pain to my team. I really don't want to have to deal with that. On my team, Azumarill can put in a lot of work as long as it's not burned. Gliscor could put in work. Actually, Gliscor can't do crap because of Magic Bounce, damn it. Raikou is also pretty useless. That sucks too. So I'm guessing Latios. Let's just hop right into this. I'm going to make a risky play here. I'm going to go straight into my Raikou because I really need to find out whether this Landorus is Scarfed, because, and obviously I did predict him to lead off with Landorus. I really need to know if this is Scarfed, because Scarf Landorus is a giant threat to my team. This goofy-eyed guy wearing this little Choice Scarf thing can just run through my entire team and outspeed everything, which is a giant problem. So I'm just going to go for the Hidden Power Ice here. There's really no reason for me not to. He can Earthquake me, but like I said, Raikou is pretty useless with Heatran and stuff around, so there's no reason for me to switch out. He is going to predict me to switch out though, and he is going to go for U-turn and go out into his Heatran, which is a really nice play. He is going to quad resist this Hidden Power Ice, and on top of that, I just gave him a free opportunity to set up Rocks. That doesn't bother me too much. Rocks isn't too much of a problem on my team. Spike stacking is kind of more of a problem, but like I said, Rocks isn't really too much of an issue. But he's going to bring out this Heatran. I'm not really liking this Heatran right now. I don't want anything that this thing wants to throw at me thrown at me. So I'm going to go out into Gaia. This gives me the opportunity, if he doesn't burn me with Lava Plume, this gives me the opportunity to get up my Toxic Orb, and I also have Earthquake on this, so he obviously isn't going to want to stay in, or he could just be a Lord and predict me to go for the Toxic that I'm about to go to, which he does. And I completely forgot Scizor was on his team, and on top of that, he has Magic Bounce Espeon. I don't know why I went for Toxic. I should have just gone for Earthquake. Maybe that was a misclick. I don't know, this battle was a while ago. So anyways, my best switch into this is going to be Cetaria. So Cetaria is my my pretty little Clucky, who you saw die so horrifically last battle. Right now, I just set up my screens. That's really the best thing I can do. Scizor cannot really touch me. I'm going to resist everything he wants to throw at me except for Bullet Punch. So he knows that he is going to go out or go for the U-turn. I am very physically defensive. Even if he did go for Bullet Punch after I set up a Reflect, it's just a lost cause for him. So he is going to go out into Landorus. Not sure why he made this play. Presumably to get the Earthquake off, but I'm not scared of the Earthquake. Like I said, I am physically defensive, and I can just set up a Reflect. He is going to predict me to switch and double out into Espeon. I'm not really sure what he was predicting to come out. Maybe he misplayed, and I don't know. Really nice battle though, I promise. He went for, so I go for Reflect, and I'm going to set up a light screen on this Espeon, and then at this point I realize, oh, I see what you're doing here, because he is going to start setting up Calm Minds. This is complete setup fodder for his Espeon, and Espeon outspeeds everything on my team except for Raikou, and Raikou's at low health because of the crit he got with U-turn. So yeah, this thing sucks balls. I'm going to go ahead and switch out into Azumarill. I am behind a light screen. And I also have the Assault Vest, so I figure this is the best switch in for it. It can take anything he wants to throw at it, and he is going to go for Shadow Ball. And even with the light screen up and the Assault Vest, that does way too much for me to for me to feel comfortable. So this thing is definitely going to be a giant threat. He is going to predict me to go for the knockoff because the knockoff is absolutely pretty obvious, and he is going to go out into Scissor. I could have gone for the waterfall instead, but if he did have Psyshock, he would have definitely gone for that. So I was definitely scared of not being able to OHKO that. I really needed to. So I am going to play a little bit more conservatively. I am just going to go for the knockoff as I intended to. He's going to go out into a Scissor, except Scissor can't really touch me, so I'm just going to stay in anyways. The bullet punch can chip damage me, but you know, I don't see a reason for me to switch out and take any hits. So I'm just going to go straight for the waterfall just to get damage on that Scissor. He couldn't touch me, and I really couldn't touch him because he has Roost. So anyways, it doesn't matter. He does get the Intimidate, and because that is Choice Scarfed and a little bit more offensively oriented, he is going to take a fantastic amount of damage from that, and then go for U-turn. And did he go for U-turn? I'm not sure. He's going to switch out into his Scissor again to take that that Aqua Jet. He did switch out. He switches out because he doesn't want to take the Aqua Jet. Duh. Anyways, I'm going to go back out into Klefki. Klefki is my best play. My best switch into this, and I'm just going to kind of take this bullet punch and eat it up. I also knew that my screens were about to go out. I was actually counting the screen turns because looking at how he's playing, he is playing to stall out my turns. So I am going to go for Reflect, even though there's no reason for me to, even though the Reflect was still up. But I just wanted to burn a turn there to let him switch. He is going to go for Shadow Ball, but it really doesn't do much to me. I am a little bit more physically oriented, and that does do a decent amount of damage, but once I'm behind a light screen, I really don't care. So I am going to get that light screen up, and that Espeon, once again, is going to try to be slick and start setting up some Calm Minds. So I'm obviously very scared of this because if he sets up Calm Minds, I really can't touch him with Raikou, even though I outspeed him. And if he sets up Calm Minds and outspeeds the rest of my team, and he has Psyshock, which I haven't seen if he's going to reveal Psyshock, then Azumarill can't even take hits. I mean, even at +2, I can't even take this hit, which sucks because I really wish he would have realized that staying in was his best play. Even though he was dying to the Life Orb a little bit, it wouldn't really have been a problem to him, and then he could have taken care of Azumarill, which would have been a fantastic thing for him. But he is going to switch out into the Scissor anyways, wasting his Calm Minds, and I'm just going to go out into Latios because I do carry the HP Fire. HP Fire is extremely obvious because I made that switch, so he is going to switch out into his Heatran. Although I could have predicted him to do that, I did not want to make predictions because I didn't want him to. Well, I carry Surf, which I'm going to reveal right now, and that's going to do a ass load of damage, but I don't want to predict him because if he predicts me predicting him, then I could lose all of my offensive momentum, which I don't want to do because right now, as you can see, I have to play a textbook game in order to win this. He is going to go out into his Heatran, and at this point, he is going to switch out. I'm not really sure why he switched out. He probably didn't want to take damage, but at the same time, looking at it, it seems that he was wanting to just kind of stall out my Life Orb. But right now, Rotom wouldn't be able to take a Dragon Pulse anyways, very nicely. And if he wanted to go for Pain Split, I have stuff in the back. So he realizes that, and he's going to go back out into his Heatran, realizing he really cannot save it. So he's just going to kind of sack it off to Dragon Pulse plus Surf, which is fantastic because this ugly thing is a problem. That was really the thing that was the one thing that was making Raikou useless throughout the entire battle. That and the Lando core, which is definitely annoying. He's gonna go for Protect. He is kind of hoping to be able to get a low roll on Surf because he is a Spadef Heatran. He wants to get a low roll on Surf and possibly survive that with maybe 1 or 2 HP and then be able to get off a little bit more damage on me. But at this point, I feel like he's just wasting a turn because the Leftovers isn't really going to give him quite enough, and I'm going to be able to knock that out. So bye-bye, Heatran. You're really annoying, but that's great. He did stall out a lot of my Life Orb, which sucks because now my my Latios is at pretty low health, and so he's just gonna make his best switch in, which is gonna be that that Landorus. But the U-turn is completely obvious. Now he has the momentum in the battle because I'm at low health. I don't want to take a U-turn, and then he can still go for U-turn even if I switch, because that just gives him more offensive pressure on his side. So I'm going to go out into Klefki. Klefki can take the U-turn the best because it does quad resist that U-turn, and he is actually going to go back out into his Espeon because Espeon can set up all over this because of magic bounce. I can't really set up spikes, which is something I was hoping to do at the beginning of the battle, but once I saw Espeon, either spikes and paralysis aren't going to work, because even for paralysis he's got magic bounce, and even if this was dead, I could get a paralysis on the Conkeldurr, and as long as it doesn't get parahacked, it's just stronger, which sucks. So yeah, he's going to set up a Calm Mind. I'm going to go ahead and switch. He knows I want to switch, so I'm going to go out into my Scissor because I want to get the Mega off, and then also maybe Priority Bullet Punch, which I know he doesn't want to take, as he is going to set up another Calm Mind. I actually run a defensive Swords Dance Scissor set on this team, which I like a lot because it can take a lot of hits, and at the same time, like, even if this wanted to Shadow Ball me, 2 bullet punches will have killed it, and they wouldn't have been able to do anything. Predicting that I am going to go for knockoff, I was really hoping that he would set up. He knows I have Swords Dance on this, he's seen it before, and I was really hoping he'd go into Landorus to get an Intimidate off, so I can knock off the Choice Scarf. Really, I feel like that would have been his better play, because he would have gave him a free switch into this Rotom, and it would have gave him a free switch into this Rotom, and then at the same time, what was I trying to say? Rotom wouldn't have taken this much damage, so that's pretty much it. He would have gotten a free switch into Rotom if he would have just gone out, gotten Intimidate so I couldn't Swords Dance, and then decided to get the burn, try to get the burn on me. At that point, I would have been forced to switch. But regardless, I am going to go out into Raikou. I don't want to take this burn with Scissor because I kind of need Scissor to win, and he is going to go ahead and now switch out into his Scissor, because after burn damage, the Bullet Punch will definitely be able to kill me. But at the same time, I wish he would have set up like a free switch, because he could have gone into Landorus here, Earthquaked me, and that would have killed that, and then he would have gotten, or even if I killed him with the HP Ice, he would have gotten a free switch after the burn damage into Scissor now, instead of having to take the buttloads of damage that he just took, which sucks for him. But you know, I feel like he was trying to play more aggressively, because at this point he knows that after losing Heatran, he can't really do much. So I am going to die because of the burn and Bullet Punch, and I'm going to go out into my own Scissor, as he's going to set up a Roost and I'm going to set up a Swords Dance. Now at this point, I felt pretty confident that I can win the game, because after 2 Swords Dances, I can sweep his entire team with knockoff plus Bullet Punch, and he knows that. So he's going to switch out. Again, he can go out into Landorus and maybe get up an Intimidate before me killing him, but he's actually just going to go out into Rotom. And again, I am just going to go for knockoff, just trying to get damage on that Scissor as much as possible. And knockoff plus BP, again, is going to be able to kill this Rotom, and now his physical wall is pretty much caved in. So the only other wall that he has is Scissor, potentially, but I do have answers for Scissor in the back. He has Conkeldurr out here. Now, this is why I love Scissor so much. I do run a defensive Scissor. Knowing that he cannot really touch me, I'm going to set up another Swords Dance as he goes for the Drain Punch. I wanted to gauge how much damage Drain Punch would do. And looking at this damage output here and the fact that I am faster than him, I am going to... This is actually pretty amazing, because now I get a free opportunity to just set up a Roost, and then I'm going to set up another Swords Dance, and he can Drain Punch on me all day, but it's not really going to do much, and Mach Punch is going to even do less. So unless he got a crit, he really couldn't do anything for me, to me. So I am going to go ahead and go for the Bullet Punch. That is going to go ahead and kill Conkeldurr, and he is just going to go out into Landorus, finally getting off an Intimidate. Finally I get to see this Landorus, but at this point it's a little too late, and he is going to double switch. I'm not sure why he double switched, but he is going to go back out into Scissor, and once again I am just going to go ahead and click knockoff, or actually I clicked Bullet Punch here because I wanted to kill the Scissor before it could U-turn on me, but that's not what he did. So I am going to go for knockoff. That is going to definitely kill the Scissor, and that's pretty much the end of the game, because, you know, Landorus won't be able to take this Bullet Punch, and he can't really sweep my team. I mean, he could really sweep my team, but only if he was at a little bit more health, and he is too low health to be able to do much. He is going to go for one last ditch Earthquake, but that is not going to kill Scissor. I did try to give him a chance. I did go for the knockoff instead of the Bullet Punch to try to give him a chance, but yeah, it doesn't matter anyways. Good game, Sonny, and all you guys watching, definitely hit that subscribe button. And as you do that, we're going to go ahead and watch this Espeon die to a Bullet Punch, and it's just not gonna... Ouch. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Just dies. Ow. Anyways, yeah, definitely hit that subscribe button, and you guys have a wonderful day. I'm out. Thanks.